You're not a robot. Your best today can be different than your best yesterday and your best the next day. None of us are completely flawless and completely perfect. There are days when I read 20 pages of a book. The next day I'll read 15. And then the next day I'll read 20. And then I'm back at 15. My best today is 20. My best tomorrow could be 25. It could be 15. Maybe that's all I got in the tank. So we have to push ourselves to be great. We have to push ourselves to achieve our goals and do everything we set out to. However, we also have to be aware we are human at the end of the day. We're not a robot. We're not a machine. We can't do a million push ups every single day for the rest of our life. There will come days when you don't have the energy. There will come days when you are tired. There will come days when you are stressed. And that's not to say you get lazy and you make an excuse and say, ah, I'm tired. I'm stressed. I don't feel like it. Don't make excuses, but also do be mindful that you are human and you should allow yourself the freedom and privilege to not work yourself like a machine every single day. Of course, I'm not saying get lazy. That is not what I'm preaching. I am saying work hard, but don't kill yourself in the process. Do not die in the process of trying to achieve this goal. You know, 50 Cent has an album called Get Rich or Die Trying. That's when he was saying that I have this goal and I am going to achieve it or I am going to die in the process. I'm going to get rich or I'm going to die in the process. I'm going to achieve this money goal. I'm going to achieve this fitness goal. I am going to get what I want or I'm going to die trying. I am that dedicated to achieving this. That's different. I'm talking about when you are trying to hold yourself to the standard of perfectionism. Perfect today does not need to be the same as perfect yesterday. Maybe the best you have today really is reading 15 pages of a book. That's the best you got today. That's all you have in the tank today. However, as you move forward, you can grow and become bigger and better and learn more, become more creative, develop your craft, improve your focus, and ultimately, your best today will be less than your best next year. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to get different. But in the process, it's not a straight line. It's more like this. It's more like spikes, and you're gonna have days when you go up, you're gonna have days when you come down, you're gonna have days when you go up. But generally, it's an upward trajectory. On the big picture, it's an upward trajectory. That's how my career speaking has been. For those of you who don't know, my name is Lawrence and I'm a youth empowerment speaker. For the last 4 years, I specialized in helping teen and young adults build self love, confidence, and a positive outlook on life. And in addition to that, I'm an author. You can find my books on Amazon. And if you are a school principal, podcast host, or someone who runs a youth focused organization, you can contact me at my email address below. And what I really want to talk to you about today is that we hold ourselves to the standards of perfectionism. I have to be the best. I have to achieve everything. I have to do this and this and this and this and that. And there's nothing wrong with having big goals. There's nothing wrong being ambitious. There's nothing wrong being hardworking and dedicated and pushing yourself. I love those things. However, the issue comes when we beat ourselves down too much, when we tear ourselves up too much because we weren't perfect. We didn't do every single thing. We didn't do a million push ups in a 10-mile run and read 50 pages of a book and do this and do that and do this and do that every single day for the rest of our life. That is holding yourself to the standard of all the way up here, all the way, let me get my hand on the frame, of holding yourself to this perfectionism standard of this robot idealized version of yourself. Now, of course, work hard, be dedicated, be disciplined, go for your goals in life, do the hard work, push yourself, but don't destroy yourself in the process. Do not shatter your physical, mental, spiritual well being in the name of being the best employee at your job or in the name of being the best musician or best artist. The irony of this, though, is that speaking from personal experience, I can think of many times when I've been on this laptop and making these videos for 14 hours and I'm reading and I'm working out and I'm doing this and I'm doing that and doing this and doing that. And all of these things are beneficial. All of these things are great. But you also have to be aware that you're not a robot. It's okay to have days when you said you're going to read 20 pages and you read 18. That's okay. You know, the standard and the goal is 20. But if 20 was your best day ever, but your average normal day is 15, let's make the standard 17 because it pushes you ever so slightly out your comfort zone. It helps you to step out there, and eventually 17 pages will become normal. It will become your baseline. Like, oh, I can read 17 pages a day and have no problem. And then you update it to 19 and then 25 and so on and so on. And instead of trying to lift 200 pounds the very first day you go in the gym because I have to be the best, I have to do this, I have to do that. How about instead you try lifting 50? How about instead you set realistic, attainable goals? And I don't say realistic in the way of, oh, just be realistic. You're thinking too big. That's not what I mean when I say realistic. When I say realistic, I mean the goal actually makes sense. It actually is possible. It's actually capable of you where you currently are at your level. A baby cannot drive a car. It's not possible. A 10-year-old cannot lift 300 pounds. It's not possible. A beginner musician, like this is your very first day making music ever, cannot make the perfect rap album. It's just not possible. It's realistic, however, for them to make a album. It's realistic for the 10-year-old to lift 50 pounds. It's realistic for someone who's just starting out to make something. To, instead of writing an entire novel, they write 5 pages in a couple days. That's realistic. Okay? It had to be humanly possible. Now, I myself set these really big goals for myself. I set these huge things in my head. But then I have to remind myself, Lawrence, you're not a robot. You're not a machine. You are human. You have to eat. You have to sleep. You have to take care of your physical health. So, the message I want to get across to you today is that be ambitious, be hardworking, set big goals, go out there, achieve greatness, but you're not a robot. You are human. You don't have to hit perfectionism every single day. You're going to have days when you do hit that. You're going to have days when you do 500 push-ups in a day and you run a 5-mile run and you read 20 pages of a book and your business took off and this and that and all these great things. Those days will happen. But those days are the best of the best. But what is your best today? What's the best you can do today? Do the best you can today, and then do the best you can tomorrow using what you have available tomorrow. That could be money, the best you can do in your health, the best you can do in your workout, the best you can do in your connection with your family. Do the best you can today. But your best today does not need to be the same as your best yesterday, and your best next year will be better than your best today if you stay on an upward trajectory. And with that said, I hope you have a wonderful and lovely day. Again, if you would like to purchase my books, link in the description. I mainly discuss building that mental resilience, ways of improving your mindset, your financial habits, and overall your health, mentally, physically, spiritually, etc. Again, if you are a school principal, podcast host, or you run a youth organization of any sort and you would like to bring me in for a speaking engagement, so bring me on your podcast, bring me into your school, your YMCA, your NAMI, whatever it is that you run, you can contact me at my email address below and we can discuss that. And if you like a one-on-one consultation with me where you can just get some advice, call in, discuss what you're going through, and get a bit of guidance, you can book that in the link below. I hope you have a wonderful and lovely day. Wishing you well. Go out there, achieve greatness, but don't destroy yourself in the process. Have a good one.